So, Bob, John Marin was in and he was talking about MCP. What is that?
It's Model Context Protocol, of course.
That's what I thought. The end.
Okay. So what's happening is that, over the past, 9 years since OpenAI got created, the large language models have been being trained mostly on content. And this kind of next generation is about to hit, and it's basically opening up AI to the traditional database and transactional systems. So a system like RunSignUp that has a bunch of databases and functions and things like that in it. And the question was, how do you do that? And so, you could call the traditional RunSignUp API, and then there was this OpenAPI specification that created a wrapper around our API. And so we've been working on that, and that's largely released now. And so the AI systems will understand the OpenAPI specification a little bit better. But what happened in November is Anthropic introduced MCP. And MCP is this protocol and language that allows AI systems to understand what a traditional, transactional database system can do. And so just like an API, and if you look at our API page, we have a bunch of APIs that do a bunch of things like get a list of races, or get the price of a race, or get a list of participants, or, get a list of the top fundraisers, things like that. What that will get translated into is kind of an MCP equivalent. And those MCP equivalents are going to be higher level in context that will allow the AI systems to explore the database better and more efficiently. And over time, there will be MCP registries, so there will be discovery services, so that the generic ChatGPT would be able to know that there's an MCP at RunSignUp that it can use. And that MCP will be different functions. Some of those will be public, like finding a race. And so that MCP will enable somebody using ChatGPT to do a query to say, hey, find me races in my area that allow jogging strollers and cost under $35 this weekend. And basically, ChatGPT will be calling our MCP to find the races that are in that person's area to display to them. So what we are in the process of doing is we've largely built out the OpenAPI. We've also built OAuth 2. So OAuth 2 is basically a way that would allow a ChatGPT to require the user to log in to RunSignUp first before it answered a question. So I said that some of those MCPs are going to be public and some are going to be kind of behind a password. So OAuth 2 is the mechanism that allows that to happen. And so that's a released functionality that we've put out over the past couple of months. And then the third piece of this is to add an MCP wrapper around our OpenAPI wrapper. And that's what we're working on right now. It's actually working. We actually we use Salesforce internally to track all the customers, and when new customers create races and stuff like that, all that shows up in Salesforce. We have kind of used an MCP for Salesforce with Claude, which is like ChatGPT, to allow us to do natural English language queries into the database, such as, find me all the customers in New Jersey who had more than $10,000 in transactions and have an event coming up in the next 3 months. And so you can use natural language like that, and it goes through the MCP and it actually pulls that data back to you. It's kind of amazing, to be honest. Where things used to be very static in traditional systems, like you had a dashboard page, it did certain functionality, you had, fields you filled in to do specific queries and stuff. Now the AI systems are allowing you to make these natural language queries into database systems. And it's really exciting to see it all kind of coming to fruition. And what we're really trying to do is be on the very cutting edge of all this stuff. So we want to understand it the best. We want to be able to implement it the best. We want to just learn about how we can help events harness the power of AI. We just want to be leaders for event technology with AI.